Have you ever walked through the woods, turned your head and locked eyes with a wild animal? Maybe it was a deer standing in the brush. Maybe it was a bird resting on a fence. For a brief, silent moment, the two of you just stare at each other. Time seems to stop. You know exactly what you were thinking. You are looking at a beautiful, wild creature. But what is happening inside their head? When that animal looks back at you, what exactly do they see? As humans, we have a habit of projecting our own minds onto the world. We look at a dog, a cat, or a bear, and we imagine they think the same way we do. We assume they see a person, a complex individual with a job, a name, and a life. But nature does not care about your name. The animal kingdom operates on ancient biological software, and to most of the creatures on this planet, a human being is one of the strangest, most terrifying, and most confusing things they will ever encounter. To understand what they see, we have to strip away our human ego and look at ourselves through the raw, unfiltered lens of the wild. Let us start with the face. When a deer or a rabbit looks at you, the first thing their brain registers is not your clothing or your smile. Their brain locks on to your eyes. In the animal kingdom, eye placement is the ultimate lie detector. Animals with eyes on the sides of their heads, like horses and rabbits, are built to scan the horizon for danger. They are the prey. Animals with front-facing eyes are built to focus on a target, track it, and kill it. Wolves, tigers, hawks, and humans. When a wild prey animal sees your two eyes locked squarely on the front of your face, their brain sounds an ancient alarm. You are wearing the biological mask of an apex predator. But it gets stranger. Millions of years ago, our ancient ancestors did something that completely broke the visual rules of nature. They stood up. Bipedalism, walking on two legs, is incredibly rare in the mammalian world. When early humans stood up, they completely changed their silhouette. To an animal observing us, standing upright is an optical illusion. It makes us look much taller and larger than we actually are. Most animals judge the threat of an opponent by their height and volume. By standing on two legs, we hijacked this instinct. We look unnaturally tall, yet we balance on two strange, narrow limbs. We don't walk like a predator on the prowl, and we don't graze like a herbivore. To the wild world, we are an alien shape, an alien anomaly. This strange shape is actually one of our greatest ancient defenses. You might wonder why a mountain lion, a bear, or a shark doesn't attack humans more often, considering how weak and slow we are without weapons. The answer lies in how predators hunt. Predators rely on something scientists call a search image. This is a mental template of what their food looks like. A lion's brain is wired to recognize the shape, movement, and smell of an antelope or a zebra. When a predator looks at a human, their brain gets confused. We don't fit the search image. We walk upright. We don't run away immediately on all fours. We wear strange fabrics that change our shape. To the predator, confusion means danger. In the wild, if you attack something you don't understand, you might die. So the predator chooses to walk away. Our weirdness keeps us safe. But sight is only one piece of the puzzle. We often forget that we are loud. Long before an animal sees you, it hears you and smells you. We think we're walking quietly through the forest, but to a squirrel or a fox, we sound like a disaster. We step heavily on 2 feet, we break branches, we wear clothes that rustle, and our smell is even more unnatural. Wild animals smell dirt, leaves, blood, and rain. Humans smell like artificial soap, processed foods, metal, and ancient, unnatural fire. To the forest, we don't feel like a natural part of the ecosystem. We feel like a sudden, massive disruption. But not all animals see us as terrifying aliens. Some animals have evolved alongside us, completely changing their brains to understand ours. Think about your dog. When a dog looks at you, they're doing something almost no other animal does. They're reading your face. Over thousands of years of living by our fires, dogs have developed specialized neural pathways just to understand human expressions. If you point at an object, a wolf will look at your finger. A dog will look at where you are pointing. When your dog looks into your eyes, their brain releases oxytocin, the exact same chemical human mothers release when looking at their babies. To a dog, you're not just a strange, tall animal, you're family. You're the center of their universe, and they have physically evolved to understand your silent emotions.
But what about cats? According to animal behaviorists, the feline mind works very differently. Cats haven't been domesticated nearly as deeply as dogs. When a cat looks at you, they're not seeing a completely different species that requires a special language. Research suggests that cats view humans as just giant, clumsy, non-hostile cats. Think about how a cat greets you. They rub against your leg, they purr, and they raise their tail. These are the exact same behaviors they use to greet other cats. They don't alter their social language for us. To them, we're just the big, weird roommates who are incredibly bad at hunting, but very good at opening cans of food. And then there are the animals that see us with an eerie, almost human-like intelligence. If you walk past a crow in your neighborhood, that bird is not just seeing a random human. Corvids, like crows and ravens, have the remarkable ability to recognize individual human faces. They memorize your features. If you're kind to them, they will remember you. If you throw a rock at them, they will not only remember your face for years, but they will actually teach other crows to hate you too. Elephants share this deep cognitive ability. They don't just see a human outline. They can distinguish between different human languages and voices. They know which human tribes are peaceful and which ones carry spears. They don't just see our species. They see our history. So, what do animals think when they see us? It depends on who's looking. To the deer, we're the ultimate danger, wearing the eyes of a killer. To the tiger, we're the confusing, upright illusion that's better left alone. To the crow, we're individuals to be judged and remembered. To the cat, we're giant, clumsy kittens. And to the dog, we are the entire world. We walk through life believing we're the main characters of the earth. We build cities, we stare at screens, and we write stories about ourselves. But we forget that we are also characters in someone else's story. Every time you step outside, you are being watched by eyes in the trees, by ears in the grass, by minds that operate in profound, silent ways. To us, humans are just normal, but to the wild world, we are mysterious. We are ancient giants walking on two legs. We are the strange creatures who carry fire, who make unnatural noises, and who change the earth forever. We are not just the observers of nature. To them, we are the monsters, the mysteries, and the myths.